Payne admitted. There has to be something that affects the neural waves they use to communicate. That's where we have to go. Inside a planet. Payne and the Admiral looked at each other. Tell me he's joking. Major Payne shook his head. I don't think he is. What do you know that we don't know, Lev? That list is quite long, but I expect you mean as it relates to my suggestion. Lev waited until Payne rolled his finger to continue. Since I have the entirety of the Gai's star surveys in my database, I've discovered that 400 light-years closer to the heart of Gai space is a planet the Gai cannot use because it is a hollow shell, almost a Dyson sphere. It has no atmosphere, which will ease our entry inside unless we re-enter in normal space within the planet itself. Payne blinked quickly, then tilted his head back and stared at the ceiling. For a brief moment, the calculations necessary to fly with such precision raced through his mind. He embraced and massaged them, and still the task seemed impossible. More variables. He needed to account for more variables, which would add to the complexity of the equation. The Admiral was more straightforward. Can you do that? That is the question, is it not? Lev replied. Can I re-enter normal space at the right place and time to hit a target 400 light-years distant? I believe we can. We have 3 of the brightest minds in the entire galaxy right here. Putting them all together, we should be able to. I'll cross my fingers, too. The Admiral studied the tactical screen. There was no place to go. They'd be harried for months if they didn't get the fold drive fixed. The chain of tragedy was filled with heavy links that could not be broken if Leviathan continued its journey while limited to FTL speed. When they finally arrived in friendly space, they'd be followed by an armada filled with the latest Gai technology. Drones that didn't go ballistic when their carrier died. Overwhelming numbers of carriers that dwarfed the survey ships. We have to risk it. Find a place to change course without being too obvious. That was the Admiral's code for make sure the enemy couldn't track them as they headed into the maelstrom at the heart of Gai space. 10,000 conquered worlds. Have we picked a battle we can't win? Did you pick the war? Lev countered. We did not. The Gai came to us. Then you can only do your best when it comes to selecting where to fight the battles, because if you do not, the Gai surely will. Lev, no one has to worry about being the smartest guy when you're around. Sometimes you have to feel like you're saddled with us, like we're nothing more than an infestation since we are so far below you on the evolutionary scale. Don't sell yourself short, Harry. I enjoy the company of those on board. Very much so. Payne refocused and fixed the Admiral with clear eyes. Lev, I've sent you the calculations to target the planet in question. All you have to include is the target planet's current location, orbital velocity and trajectory, stellar drift, intergalactic rotation, stellar body gravitic influences, and point of origin. Is that all? I thought there would be more, the Admiral quipped. There is, but those are already well in hand, Payne replied seriously. The Admiral shrugged. I'll run these past Davida and we'll work on them. Thank you for doing the core work, Declan. How many decimal places should our calculations be made to? A setup question. All of them, of course. If we can't, then we may end up in the middle of a star a full system away. Over the course of 400 light-years, we cannot be off more than a few hundred kilometers. The math is simple, Admiral. 200 divided by 9.461 times 10 to the 12th power times 400. That is our margin of error. To express it as a percent, move 2 decimal places to the right. The Admiral had expected that the probability of error was massive. He waved a hand as if the margin was inconsequential. I expect that also means flying through the access to get inside the planet. So is the